Hi, this is Lebo M from The Lion King. Nah! Hang with us, welcome to the future.
Welcome. This is Africa Today TV News, Inside Outside Africa. I'm your host, Charmaine Jefferson. In this program, we'll take you to celebrations of African culture, take a look at some success stories, and more. But first, let's go to Washington, D.C. for the African Heritage Month celebration. The African Heritage Month celebration in our nation's capital has grown substantially since it began 6 years ago to commemorate African Union Day on September 9, 1999. The new D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has amped up the celebration as one of her important points of focus for the district, as there are thousands of African residents who represent diverse cultural, linguistic, and religious backgrounds speaking hundreds of different languages or dialects. According to the mayor's proclamation, amongst the fastest growing immigrant groups in the U.S., Africans in the district have made significant contributions to the economic and social vitality of the city through their high educational attainment and strong entrepreneurial drive. Mamadou Samba, director of the mayor's Office on African Affairs, was visibly thrilled by the participants' excitement as they learned of the African diaspora's art, culture, history, food, and music.
September is African Heritage Month, and not only Mayor Bowser has issued a proclamation for September, but she also has issued several important proclamations since January. The first one was the Africa Day proclamation, officially recognizing May 25th as Africa Day. The second one was for the very first time in DC that Mayor Bowser has recognized July 18 as Nelson Mandela Day. And we've gone out, volunteered to clean up a neighborhood.
One of the things I wanted to say, ladies and gentlemen, is that Africans come in all shades, all sizes, and we speak all different languages. So don't get caught up in whether or not we're Francophone or Anglophone or African American or wherever we're from, because at the end of the day, we're all from Africa. So let's give Africa a big hand.
This festival is not only an opportunity to have fun, showcase, but also we wanted to make sure we connect you with the resources. This is why we have a DC government section upstairs for you guys to go get information about business, health, education.
The Mayor's Office on African Affairs envisions the district as a community in full engagement of its ethnically, linguistically, and socially diverse residents, and aims to ensure initiatives, programs, services, and opportunities that reach everyone in the diverse ethnic African communities.
Scientific challenges and innovations continue to thrust young Africans into the news. A Nigerian Ogubanaya Basi has won the ITU Telecom World's Challenge, the Young Innovators Competition, part of ITU Telecom World events. The Young Innovators Competition seeks gifted young entrepreneurs with ideas for innovative social enterprises in response to a series of development challenges. The event brings together policymakers, regulators, industry leaders, and entrepreneurs to explore accelerating ICT innovations for social and economic development. Basi's entry, Solar Kobo, is an innovation that will provide solar power systems with zero upfront financing in Nigeria as a cheaper, more reliable, cleaner electricity source than the private gasoline generators which are widely used in an attempt to supplement the insufficient public electricity supply. The winning entries were pulled from applications across 34 countries. As part of the victory, Yang Basse was able to attend the Telecom World 2015 event, a global ICT innovation platform from government corporations. The innovation will also allow small businesses and families to benefit from solar systems from relatively low monthly fees and will use single board devices for remote monitoring and customer payment systems.
Stay tuned for more Inside Outside Africa. Here's some African facts.
Let's talk about language. Kiswahili is the mother language of the Swahili people. It's spoken in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. In Tanzania, it is the official language and is used in education. In Uganda and Kenya, it is the national language and also spoken in Somalia, Rwanda, Burundi, and the Democratic Republic of the Congo, and more. So today, let us welcome you by saying in Swahili, Jambo.
In Uganda, there are plans underway to begin marketing hybrid cars by 2018. The announcement came from the Kira Motors Corporation. The Kira Smack will have 5 seats and a top speed of 180 kilometers and is able to travel 50 kilometers using its lithium battery alone. The company says it also plans to build station wagons and trucks. The government is backing the project with $43 million and providing land for a factory and industrial park in the southeastern town of Jinji. The funds come from the Presidential Initiative on Science and Technology, part of President Museveni's plan to re-establish Uganda as an upper-middle income country by 2040.
There are an increasing number of people who travel to the continent to lecture, teach, and share the lives of Africans. We caught up with noted Hollywood lighting designer Christian Epps to talk about his connection.
My name is Christian Epps. I am a lighting designer and a gaffer in the film business and television, multi-camera TV primarily, concerts, live events, things like that. And so I am in charge of, for those of you who don't know the gaffer, I'm in charge of executing the lighting on a film set. At this point, the thing I like most is the jobs that are creative and or with people who I want to work with. As a challenge, film is the most challenging technically and has a large element of creativity, so that's great. It's a great personal accomplishment to have both at such a high level. The last film I did was Selma. Selma was challenging to accomplish on the budget and schedule for the expectation. It was a large studio film. It included Oprah. Brad Pitt was a producer. It covered a significant amount of time and space in Martin Luther King Jr.'s life. The challenges were all fun and pleasant and positive. In Nigeria, I spent the first 3 years doing a bunch of concerts, a bunch of big U.S. acts. This Day newspaper had a festival going of sorts where we'd do several times a year. We'd go there and we did Beyonce, we did Jay-Z, we did Usher, we did Mary J., Chris Brown, Shakira, over several years. We did a ton of big international acts there. And I would design the lighting rig. Some of the acts I would design the lights, and then some would bring their LDs and they'd utilize my rig. And then I would also coordinate some of the production between lighting, staging, sound, to kind of make sure that the visual thing was as much as we could make of it, you know. Then about 2012, I started working with Andrew Dosunmu, a Nigerian director who's based in Brooklyn the last 20 years, give or take. And we were doing TV shows. So we would do Star Quest, which was a music competition for bands and singers, and I'd go do the finale. Ballroom, 200 moving lights, 2,000-3,000 people, and the last night of these 4 competitors, and the winner is, So I did that for about 3 years. And then about 2 years ago, I started working on this training program. This last year, I also started getting into Nollywood. You know, I have a decent resume on film in the US, but I had not gotten in the film business in Nigeria. And as you know, Nollywood is extremely productive and is an engine of in and of itself in the entertainment industry in Africa, coming out of Africa. So I gaffed a Nollywood film with a producer there, M.M. Isang, one of the biggest Nollywood producers in the country. And that one was very interesting to me. I did a Nollywood movie for something like 10 days we shot. We started out with 2 fluorescent lights, 2 Kinoflows, and like 5 Fresnels. And we ended up with 3 of those Fresnels broken. And 2 younger technicians who are happy to learn and do and work. And you know, part of my position there was we did a workshop in the beginning, the first day or 2 I was there, and then we shot the movie. And part of my position was to transfer skills during the movie, as opposed to just do the job. But it is written into what I do on the continent from a personal level, and my choice. And then for MM and I, it's a thing that we both want to happen. She's trying to keep her projects growing in terms of aesthetics and quality, and you know, help them spread further in terms of selling and good business and, you know, quality presentation. So I worked with 2 technicians, and for that matter, several, the camera department, grip department as well. And we made the movie, and you know, we did it. We did a lot, and we shared a lot of information. Lately, the training program has been my major push.
Stay with us to see singing, celebrating, and Bobby Brown in tears at the Heroes and Legends Awards. But first, here are some tips on exploring Africa from our travel reporter, Anita Galler.
Traveling with the expectation of adventure depends strictly on your personal definition of adventure. It's mostly about what stands just outside your comfort zone in everyday life. There's enough excitement in Africa to fit everyone's imagining or desires for adventure. First thing to get rid of is preset expectation. Relax, be open, and write out any sudden change in plans, totally immersing yourself in the current experience and forgetting all comparisons of life at home. This can be a mind and body freeing experience. There's every possible configuration for safaris, from big game shooting to family to luxury to photo, and dozens of travel agents to provide descriptions. Tours of cosmopolitan Cape Town could include the vineyards of Stellenbosch and seeing firsthand the circle of life in Big 5 Rich Kruger. Sleeping in a safari lodge, you can awaken to the roars of the lion pride, follow in the footsteps of elephants, and meet smaller game in the night safari. Other tours offer sunrise game drives. On some, you are able to safari by foot, boat, and off-road vehicles to spot elephants, hippos, crocodiles, puku, and leopards. Some travel companies let you experience the countries of Kenya, Tanzania, Zambia, Botswana, and South Africa with private guides and drivers. High-end tours let you discover the fabled game parks of Masai Mara, Serengeti, and Ngorongoro. Fly to the thundering Victoria Falls, witness the exotic wilds of Chobe, and tour Cape Town. There are also other adventures, such as the auto trip overland between Cape Town, South Africa, to Cairo, Egypt. In this road trip of a lifetime, you'll see wildlife, breathtaking scenery, tropical beaches and islands, vast deserts, nomadic tribes, urban life, and many other surprises. When it comes to packing for an adventure trip, remember, the weather in Africa is unpredictable. Bring a raincoat, thin summer shoes, and clothes and other essentials. Pack judiciously so you don't have to lug around unnecessary luggage through Africa. Adventure can come in the form of food and people, certainly. Talk to the people. They just might be willing to show off their mastery of the English language. Most often, you will find them very welcoming. Try local fare. It may be something you've never heard of or thought of eating, but this may be your only chance for such an experience. Be sure to take your camera and make sure not to leave any regrets behind when you head for home. I'm your host, Anita Galler, and you're watching Africa Today TV.
Stay tuned for more Inside Outside Africa. Here's some African facts.
Hi, this is Alpha Anders, and you're watching Africa Today TV. Did you know 85% of the world's elephants and over 99% of the remaining lions are found on the African continent? Continue watching Africa Today TV to learn more fun facts about Africa.
Ayesi Makatiani made his first fortune by co-founding Africa Online, one of the earliest internet service providers in Africa. He founded the company in 1994, and Africa Online provided dial-up, leased line, and wireless connectivity services in Kenya and around East Africa. In 2000, Makatiani sold a significant chunk of his shareholding in the company to African Lakes Corporation plc of Britain, retaining a minority stake reportedly valued at $10 million. He now runs Fanisi Capital, an African-focused private equity and venture capital fund.
A Chinese state-owned engineering company has signed a deal valued at $4.3 billion to build factories for a Nigerian cement company run by Africa's richest man, Aliko Dangote. The Chinese company plans to build 7 plants across the continent and 1 in Nepal. The new factories will add around 25 million tons to the firm's existing capacity of 45 million tons.
South Africa has been sending its history, culture, and lifestyle out to the rest of the world for a long time.
The South African delegation to the Special Olympics traveled thousands of miles from their homeland to Glendora, California. Teachers, athletes, coaches all came to celebrate with picnics, parties, and parades.
This whole weekend has been really, really special and beyond what we imagined. So we were approached by the Special Olympics back in August of last year to see if we would host the Special Olympic team. And we said yes, and naive to what it would actually turn out to be. So we're partnered with the City of Duarte, Glendora, and Azusa, and this has just been a wonderful celebration of cities coming together with one purpose, right? To celebrate these athletes that have spent months and years wanting to come to Los Angeles to compete. And so just to have them here, to actually be here after a year's planning, is exceptional. So we've been the parades and the welcome ceremonies, and today we had the athletes learning about American football. So that was a great morning, and so it's just beyond our expectations. We had plans, but it's gone beyond that.
No, I take it you're going to attend the games.
Yes.
How do you look forward to that turning out?
Well, I'm taking my children down on Monday. We're going to go down to Los Angeles, and we're going to go to the convention center and see some of these South African athletes compete in bocce ball, in table tennis, I think badminton. So I'm looking forward to it. I've got my South Africa flags, and we're going to go cheer the team on.
Our reporter JP Chance talked to celebrated chef from South Africa, Chef Graham.
These are some of the foods of South Africa. What you're looking at, it looks like kebabs, but we call them sasatis in South Africa because this is lamb marinated in a curry sauce for 3 days. It's soaked in wine, marinated in wine and a curry sauce. The apricots are done in white wine, and that stands for 3 days, and then it's done on a barbecue. So it makes it very different from the normal kebabs.
So almost everything here is like marinated in wine.
Yeah, it's authentic out of South Africa. South Africa has the most food in the world. There's no country that has more food than South Africa. From the different influence from the Dutch to the English to the Portuguese to the French to the Indian. So the food got combined. Mm-hmm. And nowhere else in the world will you find the dishes that you find out of South Africa. Out here, we have peri-peri chicken. This is from the Portuguese influence into South Africa. So it's made from the bird's eye chili, which is a very spicy chili that is found in Africa, and it's done in a peri-peri sauce. And then it's marinated for 3 days, and then it's grilled on a barbecue. This is eaten throughout the world and probably throughout the whole of Africa. It's a staple food, and this is putu. This is the way that the Zulus eat it. It's from Zululand, and this is the way they have it. So it's ground cornmeal that's cooked up and pieces of kernels of corn, and then the gravy goes over the putu.
So this is a traditional Zulu.
Traditional Zulu dish.
That's right.
This here is called boerewors. It's a beef and pork combination sausage. No sausage like it in the world. The spicing is very different, and the grind is very coarse. So it does not. Most sausages have that very fine. This is pieces of meat put together, and spiced.
And you case and package these all
I
yourself?
case and package it, and everything is made from scratch.
It's wonderful.
At my restaurant in San Diego, you'll find all types of dishes from meat pies, steak and kidney, Cornish pasties. We make samosas, so the traditional Indian samosas. We make those there. We do all the traditional South African desserts, milk tart, Cook Sisters, Lamington squares.
Now, can I ask you, how did you begin cooking this South African food for
I've always
many
cooked
people?
basically all my life. I started with Boy Scouts, and from there just proceeded further.
So you just learn everything on your own. You taught yourself.
Self-taught from the parents, and everything is authentic to keep the culture of South Africa going.
This is a moment with Inside Outside Africa. And I really want to tell you how fantastic it has been to be here with the Isango Ensemble from Cape Town, South Africa. And this organization is to be commended for bringing this group back to tour for a second time, and we hope we'll see them here again many more times to come. Talk to me first about the organization. Tell me what you're doing, what the name means, and just how you came together.
Isango means literally gateway. That's what it is. And Isango is a theater company based in South Africa, Cape Town. And it is, from the age of 25 to the age of 40, that's the company. And we are from different parts of South Africa, Cape Town, Johannesburg, the Eastern Cape, so when we audition as the company, when we need people to come and sing, we call people from different parts of South Africa. So the company is derived from those different locations of South Africa.
A young Nigerian doctor could be making history. Dr. Freeman Osununga is among the next group of young people who may ride a rocket into space. He is one of 30 shortlisters to fly to Bangkok later this year, and from that group, the Rising Star will be chosen. He was nominated through the Rising Star program at the One Young World Summit 2014 in Dublin. He has long been noted for his good works. The 30-year-old medicine and surgery graduate co-founded an organization with his university friends called Heal the World Foundation Nigeria for the physically handicapped. The foundation has been credited with having a positive difference in the lives of some 500 children with disabilities and more than 50 orphans, according to its website. The young doctor said, "I cannot wait to go into space. It is an opportunity of a lifetime. If I do, I will be the first Black African and Nigerian to be in space. I also believe that going to space, considering my background, will inspire millions of African children from similar backgrounds to achieve their dreams. It will also put Nigeria in a positive light again and help change the world's perception of Nigeria." Freeman has also blogged about his experience as a volunteer during last year's Ebola outbreak in West Africa. He is a 2014 Time Magazine's Person of the Year and one of 2013's 10 Outstanding Young Persons in Nigeria.
Stay tuned for more Inside Outside Africa. Here's some African facts.
Hi, this is Alpha Anders, and you're watching Africa Today TV. Did you know Africa is the world's hottest continent, with deserts and drylands covering 60% of the land's surface area, the Kalahari, the Sahara, and the Namib. Continue watching Africa Today TV to learn more fun facts about Africa.
Africa's youngest millionaire and the wife of the world's richest man are trending. Sandile Shezi has been trending in South Africa after it was recently reported that he is South Africa's youngest millionaire. He has done this before the age of 23, and in spite of some horrific life circumstances, he spent years living in the streets and made the risky decision to take some money given to him for school tuition and spent it all on online trading ventures. The foreign exchange market is the biggest financial market in the world. At least $4 trillion are traded each day on currency markets, known for its high risk and volatility. Because most of the trading is done in corporations and banks, loan investors are scarce. But this young visionary successfully learned to trade currencies and is planning to teach other young South Africans to trade with free classes for beginners. Sherzi, the founder and CEO of Global Forex Institute, said, "It's about grooming people and making them understand the right time to buy, when is the right time to sell, and how you go about not losing your capital." His long-range goal is to make sure the masses know about trading. The wife of the richest man in the world has been trending because of her trip to Malawi. Bill Gates' wife Melinda seemed amazed at the amount of water the Malawi women could carry in containers on their heads. 40 liters of water is a normal amount for these women to carry, and when Melinda gave it a try, she admitted difficulty carrying half that amount. After washing dishes with the women, Gates said, "This is a reminder that it is a lot more time-consuming than just turning on the faucet."
There are many good works taking place on the continent daily. Here are just a few of them. U.S. President Barack Obama will allocate an additional $300 million to fighting HIV among African women. There is amazing news coming from the United Nations General Assembly to combat the battle against malaria on the continent. As world leaders meet, a major new partnership with Sumitomo Chemical Company. Sumitomo issued a matching grant challenge to help protect vulnerable refugees from malaria with life-saving bed nets. This will double the public's efforts. Today, there are more than 50 million refugees and families displaced by violence around the world, and 60% of them live in areas where malaria is transmitted. Malaria is a leading cause of illness and death in many African countries. This year, Nothing But Nets and their UN partners, UNICEF and the UN Refugee Agency, launched the Million Nets Pledge to protect refugee families from malaria with 1 million bed nets by 2016. This ambitious 2-year goal aims to raise $10 million to protect at-risk people fleeing violence, particularly in Central Africa. The new partnership supports Every Woman, Every Child, the global movement launched by UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon in September 2010. Every Woman, Every Child mobilizes and intensifies international and national action by governments, multilaterals, the private sector, and civil society to address the major health challenges facing women and children around the world.
It begins with a keystroke. A few small words on a page that have the power to become something. Something bigger. It begins with a simple call to action, inspiring hundreds of thousands to stand up and start a movement to stop the spread of malaria, which kills thousands of people every day. It begins with refusing to accept that a child dies from malaria every 60 seconds and committing to take action to send nets and save lives. It begins with the idea that $10 can provide a family with a life-saving bed net. It begins with our champions who are advocating for malaria funding and working to help one community at a time. Athletes, musicians, writers, and entertainers all coming together to encourage people to send nets and save lives. It begins with the families, churches, schools, and organizations standing together as the world's largest grassroots movement to end malaria in this generation. It begins with our United Nations partners coordinating their efforts around the world, helping to save millions of lives. It begins with one net, one life, one future at a time. It begins with you. Send a net, save a life. Together, we can end malaria. Join the movement at nothingbutnets.net.
We're here at a refugee camp in western Tanzania, and these are Congolese refugees.
We're at Nyarugusu camp for the distribution day.
We're giving out 40,000 bed nets.
Nothing But Nets is a global grassroots campaign to fight malaria.
To make sure the whole camp is protected, they give one net for every 2 people.
When we started this, 3,000 kids a day died of malaria in Africa. That number's way down. We're cutting down the mortality rate from malaria, and this is how. Malaria used to be the #1 killer, but since the NET program started, malaria is now the 5th biggest killer in refugee camps. So that's real progress.
Every 60 seconds, a child dies in Africa from malaria, which is a disease that's caused by a single mosquito bite.
It's just cool how people, sports fans, corporations have got behind this because it's a no-brainer. We could wipe out malaria on this continent in our lifetime.
It's a job well done. Pretty remarkable to see how the process works for people to come and get their nets and take it back to their home. It's pretty amazing.
Thrilling to be part of it.
Stay in the net and save a life.
South Africa has less than 1% of the Earth's land surface, but 10% of the world's total known fish, bird, and plant species, and over 6% of the world's mammal and reptile species. This incredible biodiversity includes 5 of Africa's greatest wild animals, called the Big Five: the lion, the leopard, the elephant, the black rhinoceros, and the Cape buffalo. Then there is the landscapes in the Western Cape. Mountains give way to secluded white sand beaches where perfect waves wash over the shores. There is the Kalahari and the Karoo Desert, and in the south comes the cool, lush Tsitsikamma National Park of the Eastern Cape. Moving further northeast, we have the subtropical bushveld home of the famous Kruger National Park. So much of South Africa's magic comes from the souls of its diverse people. With a population of just over 42 million, this country is home to many African ethnic groups, such as whites, Asians, and Indians descending from all across the world. It has 11 official languages, including English, which is spoken by nearly everyone. Archbishop Desmond Tutu best described South Africa when he referred to it as the Rainbow Nation. There are also urban areas that offer so many attractions that travel writers wax poetic when describing the cities. Cape Town, in particular, is an amazing city built on the side of Table Mountain, where it spills down to the busy harbors on one side, then across to the white sand beaches of Campus Bay on the other. This vibrant city is the near-perfect melting pot of contrasting culture, history, and geography. The result is an exhilarating urban life that offers a wide array of cuisine and activities unique to Africa.
Thanks, Anita. Now let's look at the Orlando African Festival. The theme for the Orlando African Festival this year was building and connecting communities. And Africa Today TV was on hand to see just what happened.
Tonight, as you begin this African Festival, full of eclectic events, food, and fun, we would like to say thank you for being a part of our vibrant community. As your activities span throughout the next few days and this weekend with African culture, art, dance, music, food, and people, we are proud that the city of Orlando is a part of it.
The African Heritage is proud to work with many organizations here. Very proud of the African United Council that takes care of refugees who settle in this land. And many of them leave from here to go out of Orlando. We, the African community, decide that we're going to make this their home.
It was an event filled with representatives from many African nations, artists, performers, cooks, craftspeople, and scholars demonstrating, presenting, and discussing the cultural traditions of African life.
If you go around the room and talk with some Africans, and they'll easily tell you, there is a huge emphasis on education in Africa. Parents may not be able to afford, to buy a nice house or a nice car, but they will spend every penny they have to make sure their kids have the best quality of education. So, and that has caused Africans in the United States to be one of the most educated groups of people in America. So I think you need to be proud of yourselves. Being just one of the most educated.
I'm Faida from Bootman. I am representing Cameroon, where my husband is from. We're from Fumban, Cameroon, and our art is, our items are basically Pan-African. We carry pieces from different countries. We have a lot of Nigerian, a lot of South African, but we also have a lot of Cameroonian pieces. The Tien hats are from Cameroon. The Bamileke people create them. And all of the jewelry my husband creates. So he does the earrings, and we carry a lot of Zulu jewelry, a lot of beading and necklaces. So our idea of Maman Afrique Boutique is to kind of cover the continent and bring a little bit of each culture and each country to the customers. I'm actually African American. I'm married into the African culture, and I want my children to be exposed to as much as possible. I think it's very important when you don't know exactly what culture is yours that you explore as many as possible. Introduce yourself to them and see what fits, what you like. And so that's how I've come to figure out that I love Cameroonian culture. We eat the food, we look at the art, we put it up in the home, but then we also want to offer that to other people, that experience to other people. It's just an amazing place with amazing people. Actually, we're in Orlando because my adopted brother, who I met before I met my husband, he's from Cameroon. So I've known Cameroonian people for over 20 years. Most of my life, and it's just a very warm, loving country. I enjoy meeting people from different countries, but Cameroon is my chosen one. My husband, he actually travels throughout the continent. He brings in pieces from different African countries to expose to the American market, pieces that we find aren't widely available or seen, maybe in the mainstream markets. He brings them over and helps to expose the American market. We do a lot of sales online. We do a lot of African furniture, a lot of African art and artifacts, and the jewelry we mainly do in person.
I'm currently the president of African Student Alliance, and African Student Alliance is meant to promote education among youth in Africa. So what happens is I currently work with a nonprofit called Magic Hands of Africa, and they make all kinds of beaded jewelry, and I ordered a couple of key rings from them, and these key rings with this Magic Hands of Africa, they take women from the streets and help them grow their businesses, help them make money, and the same women are the ones who make these beaded jewelry. At the same time, the profits of the nonprofit go to helping put girls into school, because education in Zambia is not so easy for many kids because they're living in poverty, so they can't afford to go to school, especially girls. So this nonprofit helps make it easier for them. At the same time, with us at my school, as we're selling these beads to the students, all the profits go towards helping Books for Africa, so we can send a full library of books to Zambia in Ndola. I'm currently a student at Stetson University, and I also work as an intern on my campus. I work in the Cross Culture Center, which is a center helping minority orgs on campus, help more people on the campus get to know about other cultures, such as Hispanics, Africans, Caribbean culture, Black students. I also work in the World Center, which deals with study abroad. So most of the time I'm always on campus helping more people get involved and also promote diversity. Well, African culture is important to me because, it's part of my culture. I was born in Zambia. I was raised there till I was 10 years old. So it's a really big part of my life. I really miss being there. So when I'm around people here in Orlando who are also Africans, it makes me feel like I'm home. I feel welcome and I feel happy. My favorite memory of Africa is playing outside with my friends, because every time you go outside during the day, people are not locked in their houses. People are on the streets, kids are playing together, playing all kinds of games. Even if they don't have expensive toys, always find a way to be creative, whether it's using mud, using string, using wire. You'd always have fun with friends, and it's always welcoming. Friends are always like family. I believe people should visit Africa because what the media portrays as Africa is not what it really is. each country has its own culture and its own beauty. And like, for example, my country, Zambia, it's home to the Victoria Falls, one of the 7 wonders of the world. So if you go there, you're gonna see so much. People are welcoming. You get to experience new life, taste new food, you know, try on new clothing, and just see how people live life in another place. So it's a really great place. If you wanna visit Africa, there's so many options.
Paint is my life because it's helping me a lot. I don't have stress because of paint, you know, because this is my inspiration. It's helping me every time. That's why I'm very happy all the time, because I'm painting. There's a feeling that God gives to me. That's why I enjoy this. Yes, the first morning, 6:30, I'm start working Disney, 6 to 3. I'm coming home 3 o'clock. I'm maybe 1 hour painting. I'm go clean a business. I have clean a business part-time. I'm go there every day, and then weekend too. That's why I got work at Disney, I got clean a business, and I'm got painting. I'm do my painting too. This is very important for me because it help you go get everything you need, everything you want.
Amanda Wamunyima from Orlando was crowned Ms. America 2016 and came home to Orlando for the celebrations. Here she's on the red carpet welcoming guests.
Hi, it's Amanda Sibesa Wamunyima, and we are at Social Africana special edition for the African Festival right here in downtown Orlando. I'm here with Africa Today TV. Look who just walked in on the red carpet. It's Princess Mwamba herself. Hi. How you doing?
Hey.
It's Amanda. Oh my God. Whatever. It's Princess Mwamba, everybody. How are you doing, hon?
I'm good. How are you?
Are you ready for tonight?
I better be ready. Are you guys ready for me tonight?
I'm ready. I don't know about them, but I am ready. All right, tell our viewers what you're about to do. Who are you? I know who you are, and you better know who she is too. But just in case, tell everybody who you are, where you come from, and what you're about to do tonight.
Princess Mwamba from Zambia. I'm an international pop artist, and I'm gonna perform my songs, my single, and some of the songs that's been playing on the radio in Africa. And Haters, Jungle, Nipase Drama, and Please Don't Leave Me. So I hope you guys enjoy.
Again, this is Amanda Wamunyima, and this is Africa Today TV. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned for more Inside Outside Africa. Here's some African facts.
Hi, this is Alpha Anders, and you're watching Africa Today TV. Did you know the Sahara Desert is the largest desert in the world and is bigger than the continental United States? Continue watching Africa Today TV to learn more fun facts about Africa.
Africa Today TV is dedicated to making sure that we point out all of the opportunities that there are to learn about Africa here in the United States. Teach Africa Day was held recently in Silver Spring, Maryland, sponsored by the Center for African Studies at Howard University, Africa Access, the Africa Memory Game, and Tutu's Storybooks. Young people were offered resources of games, books, videos, and toys from which to learn about Africa.
Ashe, Ashe, Fanga Alafia, Fanga Alafia, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe.
Strong contemporary African women are trending. Among them, Adele DeJack. She creates handmade fashion accessories for the modern, sophisticated, and multidimensional woman. Inspired by African shapes, textures, and traditional techniques, the cutting-edge pieces sit perfectly between artifact and high fashionable statement designs. The Adele DeJack collections created from African-made fabrics including Kuba cloth and kitnage, a dedication to using recyclable materials, including rice and cement sacks, brass, aluminum, and glass, and a commitment to exceptional quality, using only the best materials and employing some of the most talented artisans in the East African region.
Africans and African Americans have been celebrating all across the United States, and Africa Today joined the festivities at the prestigious 26th Annual Heroes and Legends Awards, where the lives of African descendants who became part of the global tapestry were honoring their own. The Tribute to Heroes and Legends is an annual awards ceremony established to honor entertainers, sports figures, and business executives who have not only achieved success in their areas of expertise, but have utilized their celebrity status to benefit the community via charitable activities and community service. The HAL Awards were created by celebrated songwriter and Motown alumna Janie Bradford. The event raises money for the HAL Scholarship Fund, which provides support for performing arts students. This year's event was hosted by guitarist and songwriter of Ghostbusters fame, Ray Parker Jr., who answered the question often posed to him, "Who are you gonna call?"
First of all, it's a great charity. It helps the musicians and entertainment people who need some help. I think that's wonderful. We really should have something like that, like factory workers, they got their unions and all the other stuff that takes care of them. So it's nice that we have something to take care of. I think it's wonderful that Berry Gordy put a little thing together, and Janie Bradford, and they do this every year. I've just did a show at the UN in Macau, and there were a lot of African diplomats there. So I got to talk to a lot of people from different countries. They were inviting me over. So you may just see me in Africa pretty soon.
It's very, very important that we make sure that the children are focused and they have something to do. And that to get that scholarship for that young man was just, it makes your heart feel good. We could all pitch in together and keep them coming. Just make sure they get through those 4 years and let them do anything they want to do.
Sightings on the red carpet included iconic music director H.B. Barnum, honorees Motown writer Brenda Holloway, Thelma Houston, music director for Marvin Gaye, Mary Wells, and the Temptations, Cornelius Grant, and so many others eager to see who was there for this annual reunion of African American musicians, entrepreneurs, and industry folks.
Honored to be here every year. It's so great to keep this music going, and Jamie does such a great job. I mean, this is a hard thing to do right now. The things that Jamie is doing is so important because all those little pennies add up to something, and we gotta make sure they have the opportunity to get there.
So I heard you say you have new talent on your rosters. That's this
lovely lady right here.
And talk to us.
Ooh.
Tell them your name.
My name's Elijah De Jesus, and I am H.B. Barnum's new up-and-coming artist.
Because we are also a network that is not only reaching out to African Americans, but to the Africans on the continent. Tell us a little bit about how much you think the idea of education and how important that is.
Education is number one. When I signed for Motown, I was ready, equipped to sing, a violinist, a musician, a songwriter. Barry said, "You have to graduate first, young lady, before I put anything out on you." And I did graduate. Then I went to school, and then I sang, and I'm getting ready to go back to school for ministry.
When you think about the idea of supporting scholarships for young people, particularly those who want to sing and be in the business, what kind of advice would you want to give to them?
Well, I get an opportunity to do this. I do speaking at schools and during Black History Month, but I also had an opportunity to do like a master class a couple of years or so ago for the NAACP for the young people, and there's some of them were not really interested in being in necessarily in show business, but they wanted to know, how do you overcome adversity, or how do you keep getting up, when things, so this is not an easy business to be in. And so that's what I try to teach them. And I think that the really important for me is that you enjoy what you're doing, because if you don't enjoy it and you're out for just to be a celebrity and you get knocked down, it's going to be really hard to get back up and keep being motivated. And I find that if you really love what you're doing, all the other things will come, and then you'll have longevity. And I think that nothing could be better to me than to being able to have this kind of a career.
My history goes all the way back to Mary Wells.
Yes.
Started with Mary Wells, then I went to Marvin Gaye, then ended up with the Temptations.
2 years ago, I got the award, Legends, and so
So now, thank you. And now I'm back to present one.
And who are you presenting to today?
I have no idea. But I do know that if they are excited as I was about getting it and about me giving it to them, oh, that's going to be off the charts.
So talk a little bit about why the HAL program is so important.
I think any program that helps somebody come from a place to go to a higher place is worthy of being talked about.
Outside on the red carpet, an impromptu threesome harmonized on Jane Bradford's most noted song, Money. They were legendary Barbara Morrison, L.J. Reynolds from the Dramatics, and a new young artist jumped right into the music.
Now, darling, what is this you want?
I want some money.
What she want?
Whole lot of money.
What she want?
Ooh, some lean green.
Yes.
It's what she want.
A lot of money.
That's what she want.
That's what I want. Ooh, that's what she wants.
Listen, wait a minute.
Okay.
Her love give me such a thrill. But her love can sure pay my bills. I need money.
What I want.
That's what we want.
What you
Ain't
want.
that what we
That's
want?
what I want. That's what I want.
This is Africa Today TV, Inside, Outside Africa. I'm Charmaine Jefferson. We will see you again real soon.